Hey YouTube, Louis Pate, Cruise Lou Outdoors. And this is going to be the second video in the series I'm doing on my personal rifles. And this one also is from Springfield Armory, but this time it is the Springfield Armory Socom 16. And this gun was built very early on, first or second year, I'm fairly sure. And it is just the basic standard model, which is model number AA9626, which is just black SOCOM 16 and a black composite stock. Now, it's so early on, in fact, that it is a GI composite stock. It's not checkered, so it's got that rough textured finish on it. It's just a standard GI government issue stock. I'll read you the goodies on the rifle. Let's get to the spec sheet. Let's see. Of course, this rifle is chambered in 7.62 by 5.1/308. It has a 16 1/4 inch barrel, and the barrel has a proprietary muzzle brake / compensator, along with a modified gas system to make this gun reliable and soft shooting in a 16-inch barrel heavy hitter like 308. Standard from the factory, they have a scout rail mounted on the barrel, about 5 inches in front of the receiver opening for the ejection port. And other than that, I think, the stuff that's up front, forward of the breech, and the barrel, I even believe, is a standard M1A. It's just cut short. Everything else, I think, is exactly the same, like I say, with the exception of the compensator and the gas system. Let me read you all the 16.25 inch 6-groove carbon steel barrel with 1 in 11 twist. The front sight is an excess post with a tritium insert, a .125 blade. It's a really wide blade. The rear sight is a ghost ring with a .135 aperture. MOA adjustable for windage and elevation, so that's 1 inch per click at 100 yards for both elevation and windage. The muzzle device is a muzzle brake. The trigger is 2-stage, but it's standard GI. There's been nothing done to it. But this trigger in this gun, as it happens, that's another reason I think it's an early gun. It is a Winchester trigger group, which means that it was new old stock. Anyway, stock, it weighed 8.8 pounds. And the length of its stock was 37.25 or 37 1/4 inches, and it retails for $2,023. Okay, that's the stock M1A SOCOM 16. So you know that it's not stock anymore. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna flip the video around and we'll go from there. Okay, right away you can see it's not stock. But we're going to start right at the front. We're going to take a look at that muzzle brake. Get down here with the camera. As you can see, lots of holes. Anyway, and then there's that SX front sight, which is pretty cool with that tritium insert. I'm not sure how really usable that is, because it's hard to reference on a dark night. The rear sight on this thing is gigantic. Let's see if I can get around here to it. Yeah, you see it's a giant peephole, but you really can't tell, if your sight is, if you're looking through the ghost ring, or if you're looking over it or around the side of it. You just kind of gotta, if you can break the sight picture, if you can break the tritium glow with the rear sight picture, you kind of know where you're at. But I find it really hard to do. But anyway, moving back, let me lay it over on its side here. Okay. So again, the gas system is modified. I don't know if the piston is any different than the standard M1A. It may or may not be. I'm assuming that it's got something to do with the amount of gas, the size of the gas port. Moving back on my rifle, I've got this light on it. I'm probably going to catch some flack for this from the, for real operator guys that are out there. We'll get into that in a second. I just mounted this on here today. It's just a standard piece of pick rail that came with a 4-in kit that I bought from one of my ARs. And I just mounted it on here, and there's some epoxy behind it. It's not going anywhere. But this light, as you can see, it comes with this mount, okay, a rechargeable battery. It has a momentary and a constant on switch. I forget how bright it is, but it's doggone bright. Okay, so here it comes. So all you haters, get ready. Here, let me bolt this thing back on real quick. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I took this off of my M&P 15T just to put it on here to show you, because I'm going to get another one of these. $30. Okay, is it combat proven, devil dog approved? I doubt it. I mean, if I was a professional soldier, I don't know that I'd want to carry this particular light into combat. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Depends on what was available to me. Anyway, for what I use this for, which is basically home defense, or, shit hits the fan, world without rule of law scenario, this is my close quarters thumper, if you will. Now, again, it has the scope mount that's stock Springfield, and again, I think the barrel is stock M1A. It's just cut down, and everything from here back is standard M1A. Again, standard, trigger. Now the stock, I can pretty much guarantee you've never seen this stock before, because I built this stock. It looks very much like, I can't think of the name of it, but there is there's a polymer stock on the market that looks very much like this. But if you look really, really, really close, right there, and it's really hard to see, but see that K right there? This is a Knox stock for a Mossberg 500. And what I did, I cut the back of a GI stock off right here, and then I grafted this on. There's an anchor bolt in there and everything, and there's fiberglass and epoxy putty and all kinds of stuff going on there. And if anybody's interested, I will leave them the link. I'll try to find it, of where I found the video on how to do this. It's fully adjustable out here. I think it's 4 positions. It's not mil spec though. It's much larger than mil spec, but it's the reason I did that is because I wanted, I like pistol grips, okay, and I wanted a shorter, more compact package than what the stock Springfield Armory Socom offered. And what I ended up with for all my effort, which it really was a lot of effort to do that, but it's not hard to do. There's a lot to it. This rifle with a loaded 20-round magazine, and at the time I had an Aimpoint Comp M2 mounted on it, weighs 1 pound more and is 1 inch longer than my Smith & Wesson M&P 15T, which is a basically civilian M4 variant, flat top. So I couldn't tell you what kind of groups this thing will hold at 100 yards with anything other than that aim point, because I've never had a different scope on it. I would like to put a, I don't know, I really don't want a Springfield mount like on the other rifle. I'd like something a bit more sleek, if you will. And basically, I just really want something to go from here to here that I can bolt on a, low power variable, preferably something along the lines of the one of the vortexes or something like that with it's got a crosshair but with an illuminated dot, like a 1-6 or something like that. But when I get the money, there we go. Now, other than that, this thing, it's been dead stone reliable, and a lot of times with these or even other rifles, if you start having reliability issues, the first thing you need to look at is your magazines. And magazines for this thing, man, if you get those cheap Chinese mags, they will not run. They just don't do it. So you either go with surplus GI or checkmates. I have surplus GI and some Korean manufacturer stuff. They run okay. I have one mag that's range queen because I wouldn't trust it. But other than that, as far as ergonomics and shootability, this thing is every bit as easy to shoot as my ARs in 5.56. There's a little more felt recoil and it's a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, with that muzzle brake on this thing, I feel less recoil with this rifle than I do with the big rifle that weighs 14.5 pounds with a loaded magazine. And this thing is 10 something, I think, with a loaded magazine with the other sight on it and everything. So, and the only other thing that I did when I built the stock, added a side mounted sling, and just went right into the hole in the back of the Knox stock, mounted there with a quick connect, and then that's a standard. I think this sling came off of this. I think it came off of this stock, and I just moved it from here to there. Anyway, and I've made a 2-point sling. And this is a Butler Creek. This is a $10 sling from Walmart, okay? So, again, haters, jump on. Here's the deal. I'm not an operator. I've had lots of training, but I don't call myself no operator. And I can't afford. Were I an operator, everything would be top of the line. To the best of my ability to afford it. And pretty much the way things are, this is as good as it's gonna get. I mean, could I go out and buy a better sling? Yeah, but I got, this one works, so, why bother? And I've got it set up. You see these are just hair ties. And this thing's long enough where I can do a hasty sling with it. But, with it all hanging, it's kind of in the way. But with these things on it, you can just grab this and the sling deploys. There you go. And you can see how long the sling is. God, Pete, why is the sling so long? Well, with my plate carrier on, and I have I believe it's a load-bearing vest that will hold 8.308 mags, and it's a really nice vest. I don't remember, I think it's made in Belarus, but anyway, it's high quality. I paid I paid $300 for it. But with this sling, the way I've got it set up, I've got plenty of adjustability at 3 different places, actually 4 different places. So I can really make it fit me, and I've got a quick disconnect here. If I need to get away from the gun, I can just get away from it. And again, hang on one second, I gotta set this down again. Get the rifle flipped back around for y'all. Alright, there we go. Oh, and by the way, I apologize, guys. Nothing in the gun. It's empty. No ammo in this room. So, shame on me for not stating that first up. But this thing is really, really shootable. It's really, really controllable. It's really, really, really loud. If you go, there are some indoor ranges that won't even let you shoot these things on. Outdoor ranges with an awning, the guy next to you is going to be hating life irregardless. But if you're under an awning, he's going to be hating it worse. There is a state range on the other side of Richmond that where you shoot through well casing. It's a 3-foot diameter by 4 foot long, or it might even be 6 foot long well casing. You set your rifle up and you shoot through it. No way, dude. Absolutely no way. If there's ever a rifle that screams, suppress me, it's this. This thing is expensive to suppress because you have to replace all this. And once you do that, I don't know, again, not having trigger time behind one that doesn't have that comp on it. You know, they've got some pretty wicked looking flash hiders and comps and muzzle brakes and stuff that are, you know, compatible with a particular suppressor. But I don't know what it does to the shootability without the can on the gun. You know, so, and, you know, it's neither here nor there because I can't afford it anyway. And I ain't paying the government $200 for an accessory just because they don't like it. But I'm not even going to go there. So, anyway, that's this rifle. If you're scooting and shooting, if you're scooting and shooting with this gun, and you take the time, and there's other YouTubers out there that are going to back me on this statement right here. You fight like you train, so you better train like you fight. And if you don't train like you fight, if you don't train serious, and if you don't train at all, you're gonna die. If you come up against somebody that's done some training, they're gonna have your butt. That's all there is to it. So, in this world as it is today, I beseech you to go get trained up somewhere. Get really, really familiar with your weapon. How to tactical reload, emergency reload, transition from one weapon to another. Getting away from the weapon, moving with the weapon, shooting from weird positions, like laying down and shooting under a car, or laying down next to a curb because it's the only cover you've got. And you're laying in the road part, and you've got a little 8-inch curb there, but you're using that for cover, and you're returning fire from there. You're moving, you know, you happen to be with your rifle somewhere, and there's a threat, and boom, you're called out in the open. They start engaging. You better learn to engage while you're moving, while you're shooting at a moving target, while you're moving to cover, not concealment, something that'll stop a bullet. Okay, we'll get into all that in some other videos. But my point is, this rifle gives me tremendous hitting power. With the dot on it, out to 300 yards. I can probably stretch that out to 5 with a really good optic and lots of training, which, you know. So anyway, that's not an excuse to... I've trained with it. Again, I should be coming into a little bit of 308. I don't have a lot of it here, so I'm not getting into my stash. But this thing is just it's a blast to rock with, especially when you get out training with some guys and everybody else is running some sort of AR platform. in 5.56. When they see you're nearly as fast as they are, and when they shoot, it's this loud crack and a blink, and when you shoot, it's boom, kapow when it hits the steel. It's just it's pretty impressive. But it's harder to hit with. It's harder to hit with than an M4. But if you train up with it, you can get where you can hold your own, no doubt about it. But anyway, that's my Springfield Armory Socom. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the last one. If you did, please like and subscribe, share, and please leave a comment. I want to hear from you guys what you think. If I've misspoken on something, don't be afraid to say, hey man, get it together because you got this wrong. I can deal with that. But there it is. Springfield Armory Socom 16, a la Cruiserloo, in his custom built pistol grip stock. So everybody have fun, be safe, keep your lines tight, but above all, be safe. And you know what's next. If you're going to get on the water, wear your PFD. All right? All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all be cool.